Morning, everybody. Well. How's everybody doing today? We have, of course, it's another day of the week. We have, we're going to try streaming on a different network today. And right now, me and another person on my Discord are kind of arguing about the streaming thing. Frankly, like I pointed out to him, I said it's inconsistent to say that my network can't handle 720p, because 99% of the time it goes absolutely fine. So to test it, we're going to go use our alternative network and see if that works any better, because normally it works fine with the main ISP, but we'll have to see how it works with the backup one here. And here, Kitty, good morning to you. So, just kind of strange that we did an experiment yesterday. As you know, we converted the live stream into a video because we uploaded our local copy. We just deleted the live stream one from yesterday. We just have the video now. In one sense, it proved the point that I was trying to point out to people, is that YouTube obviously gets most of my viewers when the stream is live, but I'm not getting paid advertising revenue because they're not running ads on my live stream when they're live, because they get limited to no ads. Oh no! Which means the live streams ended, basically you get them for friggin' free. Oh yeah! Not good for me though. Oh no! Good for the people that don't want to have to use an ad blocker though. Oh yeah! Because what ad blocks are doing is you're super busying out your CPU. YouTube, I don't know what you're doing because it seems so bipolar. Here's why. On one sense, you're saying to people, we don't want you to use ad blocker. Oh, so you know what? Make it easy. We're just going to make all your live streams you watch limited to no ads, so you don't have to use one. Tell me if that makes any sense. And even though I had the live stream from this morning, it did go green before I deleted it, but it was kind of too late. It didn't make any sense at that point. How are you doing? So we know that the live streams get limited no ads every morning, and it's kind of still pisses me off to no end. I talked to YouTube about it, and they keep telling me, well, they should forgive me, advertise for friendly guidelines. I must, because you always approve it about 24 hours later. It's a little quiet. Well, it's okay. I don't mind if it's quiet. So I woke up this morning and we had a loss of hot water pressure. So I called the landlord and he said he'll look into it. Cold water pressure seems fine, but the hot water pressure seems a little low. I wonder if there's something going on with the boiler on the indirectly heated water cylinder, if there's a leak, or if the water cylinder, which in that case means he's going to end up with a flooded basement. Oh no! Which means he's going to be having to deal with slogging around in mud because they have a dirt cellar. Oh no! And replacing a very expensive indirectly heated water cylinder, which is going to cost him a goddamn fortune. Not exactly a good thing for anybody to have to deal with. Oh, no! If he's lucky, that's not the case. Now, I've had, so right out of the gate, I got up on this morning, get on the morning, women's group, and all of a sudden, like, me and this individual got into arguing over bandwidth. And I told him nicely, I said, you know, first of all, if it was 90% red square, we would have a different argument. It's 99% of the time green square with only a slight bit of case of red square. Now you tell me it means that we're using too much bandwidth for a data connection. That's not consistent with oversaturating your network. Oh, anyway, I digress. He's got a plumber for HVAC, so I'm sure if indeed that is the case, he's going to definitely have to give the guy a call to replace the water cylinder in the basement. We'll see what happens. I don't know. I'm not him. And I know when my mom and dad's electrically heated water cylinder in the basement got a leak in it, that was a pain in the ass to get that out of the basement. Fortunately, they had a plumber come do that job. He had to drain it, was flooding the concrete. They're still with a concrete slab. So, yeah, they had to deal with all the water flooding the basement. But they fixed that. But that was my parents' house. Now, he knows I can't carry no 100-gallon water cylinder out of the basement. That's for him and a team of men to pull it out, not me. And after all, I mean, what are he going to hook it up to? If he decided to go with the gas one, the gas directly heated water cylinder, that might be fine. But again, I don't know what he's going to do. But that's what the HVAC guy's for. Leave it to the professionals. They know what they're doing. Hi, Spitfire. Welcome to the show. Well, that's definitely nothing I can do for Jimmy anyway. That's a grunt job. I mean, I did help him jockey a water heater into his house in Canaan. That was a big pain. And the sense was, he went ahead and he had hooked it up backwards. Well, I mean, he actually set it up backwards. Somewhere after he had put the pipes on, before he filled the water cylinder with water, he turns on the mains and blew off the heating elements instantly. And I told him, I said, don't you know you gotta fill it up with water first? And he just bought it. He was like, I had to return to the store. I said, well, not necessarily, but you're going to definitely have to replace the heating elements. Well, that was a job. A job I shall say I shall not enjoy redoing if I ever have to replace their electric water heater cylinders, heating elements. That's a wet, soggy job. I've done it a few times with the Four Sisters. I don't want to do it again. Hey, Priscilla, how you doing today? So, as I said, we're streaming on our backup network, and it looks like right now we're doing pretty good. You wonder why I have a backup data network. Now you know why. I pay extra for it. No, I don't have to do anything. I'm definitely not in that kind of job. But I usually do some of the simpler stuff for them. But that's why he has a contractor now to do it, who's licensed HVAC with specialization in gas. Makes sense. Yeah. Well, unfortunately, I don't really know why he got into an argument this morning with me about the internet. I come in there, and then the first thing I do is he's telling me, oh, you're not able to handle 720p. And, like, I said, buddy, if it was consistently that way, lots and lots and lots of red square over and over again, I would say you have a point. However, that's not the case. That's not the case. And of course, because I tested that over and over again with the network. So, does Jimmy like the floor? Yes, he does like the floor. Turns out his tile guy had passed away. That's why he didn't have anyone to do the floor. I said, interesting. Too bad you didn't tell me that beforehand, but okay. So we got the floor done anyway. He had no problem with it. He really didn't realize that Ray had never done tile before. I told him, I said, well, Ray and I decided to go through an extra layer of aggravation and put down floor glue as well as the tiles peel and stick glue on the floor so that the floor will not come up if it gets wet. Something that we have to do because, of course, the kitchen floor is going to get mouthed a lot. You know that, right? I'm going to do the countertops. I gotta get a spatula, a sheetrocking spatula, so I can lift up the tiles, and then on the kitchen counter, and then I'll put the new white ones on myself. Or maybe I might just go ahead, just sand it off, and I'll just put on some stain or finish or polyurethane, and kind of lighten up that cabinet a little bit. You gotta do this table too. Yeah, I got this table too. I was going to put tiles on this table. I think those little parquet tiles that you saw at the home center would have been better for this table. Yeah, they would have. Originally, I was going to replace this wood top with glass top, but I never did. I talking about disaster. Can you imagine that? Put a glass table, and put a glass inset in this table, and you pick up the table, all of a sudden, smash! As the glass piece falls out. Don't tile the whole apartment. No, the floor's fine for a first timer. I think Ray actually got some skills. And I'll be honest, like I told Ray, I said, this apartment doesn't have any street walls. So, you did a good job for the fact that it's hard to get a straight corner in here. Because it's like, you try to go by the kitchen door and you got all kinds of, trim pieces and things in the way. You try to go by the refrigerator, you got a floor that has a pitch to it. You got, my apartment definitely looks like Cubanist artwork. It really does. It doesn't have a straight angle in here at all. And I realized that would not have done any better anyway, so that's something to keep in mind. I probably would have been just as much of a mess if I did it. And that's something to keep in mind. It's not easy to do a floor and get it straight on. But it definitely looks a hell lot better than it used to, that's for sure. I've heard him say both. Depending on what kind of a pattern it is. Krista, if you have a certain type of pattern in the center of the floor that you're aiming for, yeah, you do in the center if you have a specific pattern you're aiming for. But if you're doing a generic floor tile like this, it really doesn't matter as much. Like I said, this was his first time, and it was relatively a simple job. So it wasn't like it had a custom, rosette in the center of the floor that he had to deal with. I think that would have been too much to ask, even for me to sit there going, wait, I gotta put these custom tiles in the center and put this white border around the rest of the wall? You can take this job and shove it. I'm not doing that. Yeah, Ray could see the ceiling. He said to me, why don't we let Jimmy do that? He said, I fixed the wall, I painted the wall for you like you wanted. Now the wall looks a million times better. But the plasterwork in the ceiling, Jimmy could do. Which I agree with him that Jimmy should do the ceiling. Because, after all, he didn't have any kind of tall, step ladders to get up there to tippy-toppy the ceiling to go deal with it. So Jimmy could do some of this. Jimmy's got other guys to do ceilings. And Jimmy knows he has to do the ceiling. But I still wonder if the ceiling leaks, too. I don't know. I think it does a little bit. Maybe. I'll leave it at that. Yeah. All right, Tiger King wants to come on. 1 minute, please. Good morning.
Oh.
How's it going?
Yeah, I think Ray did a good job, by the way.
Yeah.
But I'm just saying, I think you start tiling in the middle of the floor. Edges,
yeah, if you're doing custom pattern, yes. I don't think in this case it really mattered as much because it was the same size. It was the same size tiles and everything. So
yeah, but it matters where you make the cut on the tile. You don't want cuts in the middle of the floor, so you make sure your cuts are on the outside.
Well,
it should be whole tile.
He did cut on the outside. The problem is when he first started, he kind of messed up a few places, which is why it looks a little bit like a patchwork quilt. But I don't have a problem with it. At least I'm not looking at it. At least
Michelle, it's clean. That's all that matters. It's
clean, and the tiles are staying down. I'm not going to have to worry about breaking my clavicle. Yeah, definitely not. It's definitely a lot safer than it was. That's true.
Good morning, lads.
How you doing?
We're not peeling
Steve
up.
Breeze, welcome to the show today. Nats, good morning.
Wow.
We who coffee curse for you and Krista. Okay.
Amazing.
Nats, let me do you two things at once. One, because if anybody wants to join the Discord anyway, you want to know this. Okay. Please do send them to me by email and forward them to the email address that should be coming up on the screen. No, Michelle, you got messed. No, I got it right. There it is.
Morning, Sea Breeze. Morning, Carlos. Oh, the stimulus checks again.
There is no stimulus check. There's not even the child stimulus checks either. There's the email address right down there. So if you want to request a Discord link, you can do the same thing. Please email me at bichela3@gmail.com for a link to our Discord, no longer public. It's also where you can email the 2 cards to me, the 2 pictures of the back of the cards, and then I can add them into my app. And
morning, Philly. Sorry, I didn't spot you there. Okay. Hope you're feeling okay.
Am I feeling okay?
No, Philly.
Oh, Philly. Okay, I don't know where is he.
He wasn't good over Christmas.
Oh, there he is. 4 more years this administration, they might not have a choice but to give us the stimulus checks. Yeah, but they'd rather give a stimulus check to illegals and people in other countries.
Thank you, Andrew.
Thank you much, Andrew. Welcome to the show. Which makes me wonder if Trump is going to be able to fix the situation with all the illegals flooding into the United States right now. People in the political roundtables have said is the problem's got so bad that they don't think Trump is going to be able to stop the problem that easily of shutting down all the illegal immigrants flooding into the country.
Well, it's going to take time to fix it. He's not going to do it overnight.
We also need a president to stay in office that doesn't undo what the first president does to fix it. I'm doing okay.
Why don't you come up, Andrew, and tell us about your day?
By the way, we're streaming on our backup internet connection today. I don't know if you noticed that. I don't know what the picture looks like on your side, but I know I'm not getting any red squares of death on this side.
It looks absolutely fine, Michelle. Morning, David.
Hey, David. Welcome to the show.
Andrew, I'm going to England on, I better not say the date, but the end of the month.
Okay. Well, that's not that far away.
I'm very far away from Andrew. He's in Scotland. I'm near London.
Thank you very much, Old Pretzel Star. Thank you.
Oh, wow. Thank you, Billy.
Andrew said, well, Tiger, at the moment, I've been snowed in for the past 5 days. Nan said, Michelle, getting silly and I aren't on your Discord anymore. We're worried they did something wrong. No, you didn't. A lot of people that were not active were removed because we didn't know if they were good people or bad people because we didn't know who they were.
Well, I've seen Nads in here a few times. I don't know Nads from anywhere else.
So if you want to send me if you want to send me an email, I will send you a link. At the same time, you can send me the 2 gift cards in your email, and I'll send you a Discord link.
You can come in the Discord for $10 Starbucks gift card.
So I'll give you a set of 5 invites that'll expire in 7 days. Or sorry, it comes in 10 invites for 7 days. So which means there's still not that many of them. That's too many. For 2 people, I don't know if I can give it only a set of 5 of them. Well, how about this? Getting Silly can email you separately. That way you can be sure that he gets a single invite that will expire in 7 days. Sounds good to me. Trump's proposing everybody and disability will have to host a migrant family for 2 years. I don't think that's going to work. But I know that the city of New York has said to the migrants, I'm sorry, but there's no more room in the hotels because we can't afford them. So you're going to have to
when you do have a
homeless
sofa,
or sleep in the school system.
Rent your sofa out.
I'm not renting. No, my landlord would never tolerate that. again. After Stinky Ed was here, no way.
I don't blame you, Michelle. You need your space.
I need my space because between doing the videos and doing the live streams, we're using both studios now.
Right. It's not only that, you look more relaxed. You're not on edge all the time.
Absolutely.
And you haven't got Michelle calling you every 5 minutes.
Andrew says, get a few Syrians in Michelle. No, thank you. Anyway, so this morning, like I said, I woke up and the hot water pressure was like virtually half of what it normally was. So I called Jimmy and I said, your cold water seems to be working fine, but your hot water pressure's like way off. So he said he's going to check on it. I wonder if somebody may have either his water cylinder in the basement got a leak or somebody sabotaged it. Who knows? I think it's more likely the first than the second. Because there hasn't been anybody, to our knowledge, in the basement since that guy kicked the bucket down there. That's true. I don't think there's...
Look, he hardly keeps on top of his maintenance. It doesn't surprise me he's got leaks and God knows what else.
All buildings get leaks, especially the older buildings like this one. So...
Yeah, but Michelle, does that, that's leaking all on your wall, and then that's going to cause a mold, and you're breathing that in.
What's that?
You're breathing in the mold that the leak is causing.
Well, that's one of the reasons why I take an antihistamine.
He just needs to fix it. He'll wait until it falls in. He did
fix it. Because like I said earlier, and Lemmy said kind of agree with me, as far as we know, it's not leaking in the kitchen anymore. But we did find a damp water spot near the refrigerator. That could have been the refrigerator itself with the overflow.
The ceiling's not leaking anymore. It just needs a lick of paint. Is that what?
What? Lick the paint?
No. So your ceiling just needs painting.
Ceiling needs a plaster job too.
Oh, okay.
And I'm going to
say
this.
Do not get Ray to do that. Do not get Ray to do that. I don't think that's something...
I'm not going to do that. You crazy? I mean, honestly, maybe the way Jimmy should do is the same thing he did with my bedroom with the last maintenance guy back in 2011. Put a brand new plywood ceiling in my bedroom and at the same time insulate it. Yes. Oh, absolutely. Oh, yeah, we use the bathroom to dry clothes. Speaking of laundry, gotta wash some underwears this week. Are you and Krista going to go to the laundry?
It's Nika time.
I don't know. Krista didn't say if we're going to laundromat tomorrow or not, but we could ask. Krista, are we doing laundry this week? Because I know she's got a washing machine, but I don't usually ask to use hers. It's just...
all you got to do is a few knickers.
Yeah, it's going to do a few knickers or panties and a few... 7, 8, 9, 10 pairs of socks. That's really about it.
Well, maybe Krista wouldn't mind you put it. That doesn't even sound like half a load.
Yeah,
what happened to that thing you were using?
Because on the 22nd, I got to pay her husband the $70 that I promised him for the job. So it makes sense to do it the same way. Just give him the $70 for the job, and that way we can, I'm sure she can slip in a few packs and knickers. The way that word is spelled is kind of funny. I try to make sure to accent the case, I'm not talking about the other word. Closed captions got it right, though. At least they got it right.
Knickers does not sound like the other word.
No, because the
K in there.
versus
Knickers.
g. Yeah, or bloomers. Do the reason why I think Carmen Miranda never wore underwear when she was doing her movies?
How do you know she never wore underwear?
Because it's in her biography. She didn't wear panties.
Wow.
She was always in the buff under her garments on her shows.
Wow.
Because let's be honest,
so she could go to
the underwear back in the 30s and 40s was so god awful ugly. It was not even nice to look at. She probably said, "I'm not wearing that. Those things are god awful ugly." Only thing is, how did you deal with that time of the month, though? I will not even bother ask. Oh, God.
Well, I'm sure she wore knickers sometimes.
I'm sure she might wear a sanitary napkin belt or something. I mean, my God.
Oh, did you just say a sanitary napkin belt? What the hell, Michelle?
No, they didn't have peel and stick maxi pads like we do today. That you would put in your panties. They used to use what they call sanitary napkins. Which was a belt-like thing that they would put them into to hold them in place. We use it with little clips.
Wow. How do you know?
David says where he is, there's a laundry room in the basement, so I don't have to leave home to wash my clothes. Yeah, I lived in an apartment complex that had that. Well, in Storrs, Connecticut, there was a laundry room in the building. I had 6 washers and 6 dryers. But the dryers were all electrically heated. They weren't gas. So they weren't the fastest dryers in the world to dry laundry, but they worked. Well, that's what I'm saying. I'm not going to go into more details. Just to leave it at that. So, it's still kind of cold out there. Rusty's outside. And I'm going to probably go and let him in a little bit. In fact, I'm going to go inside, get him inside before he ends and becomes a rusticle. I'll be right back. Hold on a minute. Instantaneous tubes, I'll be right back. Hold on a minute.
All right. But then I got to go. All right.
Okay, Rusty's inside. I was actually waiting at the door to come in. And here comes the fur ball. Right now, he was just walking over to me. All right, what's up, cat? Oh, you're all cold. You smell fresh and clean. Cold air clean. Oop. So, she's got to go. Okay. Anyway, so, I'll be back. I have a worker here, says. All right. Yeah, so I don't really know what the story is with all the stuff that goes on around here. Anyway, if you go to the Discord, you'll see a video that I put up from the Moldy Archives. The video is a video on Mother Asna on the other side from 2013. One form was an NTSC, which was sent to our local cable company for our Welcome to My World. And it turns out that was the second video, which is the first video was the original PAL version. And the video quality of the first one was just slightly better than the second one, but the thing that's really surprising, though, is when you look at the video quality, is that was back when we didn't have the kind of quality equipment that we do now. That was a big difference. Stan CT said, Michelle, did you know that there is, as Vingman has a lava lamp that picks up paranormal activity? No, I never heard of that, but Rusty, what are you doing? If the two of you could coordinate, I wouldn't know how to read a lava lamp to determine paranormal activity. Oh, there's nothing wrong with that idea. Trying to doing collaborative effort. That'd be interesting, actually. One of my friends has the lava lamp in his condo. Okay. So Rusty is kind of excited right now walking around the house. I think he's just wants to let me know he's okay. So Andrew asks, you want to come on up, though? You certainly can. It's QEQ is the link. QEQ is the link. Okay, well, let me go ahead and click on your channel now while I can and subscribe to it before I forget. So go to channel, subscribe to it. Oh God, do we have to? 5, 4, 3. How do I stop this thing? I don't know. Turn the sound down. There, that'll help. Because I don't know if there's any copyright on that. I'm gonna just make sure. Just want to hit the subscribe button. Okay, good. So I'm all subscribed to it. Okay, so that takes care of that. Well, let's put it this way. I don't know if there's any monetization on that or not. So I just subscribed to the channel anyway. David, just let you know. And how could he not tell? You can certainly hear his intro video. Okay, cool. Thank you. There's one thing about YouTube that aggravates me to no end is, even though right now, this morning show has limited no ads, it absolutely breaks my heart whenever I have to edit out any copyrighted stuff. Then we lose all the side chat, which plain sucks. Oh yeah! Well, when you converted the video, your local copy of it last night, you lost the copy. You lost the side chat anyway, so it really doesn't matter. That's true. It did. No. Absolutely not actually staying. That's not the way it works. I'm not a demon anyway. No, she's and I work together. Just like conjoined twins. How you doing, Cricket Day? Welcome to the show. Good morning to you. Wrong button again. It said Mills Bills, good deal, Grizz. I saw you say power was on. Yeah, you guys got a lot of ice up there. They did. They got a lot of ice. I was glad that the Wii Woo game went fine yesterday. There was no power failure at J-Max or Emmys at that game, or if there was, they were running a generator. Chris said today I got to the prime, play my wheel pump and hope nothing busted from the freeze. Yeah, isn't that kind of fun? Not, definitely not. I love it when my cat slaps the bun with his tail. Let's see, he's sitting on top of my turntables right now. And he smacks the applause button with his big tail. That's one reason I have to make sure to keep it on the soundboard side and not thing that changes scenes or ends the streams. That was kind of awkward. Well, fortunately, you don't have an actual button to end the streams. Oh, yes, I do. Oh, no, you don't. Just a button to start them. Yes, I do. You do have a button in them? Yes, I do. Oh, that's on the first screen of the program, of the stream deck. Yep, it's true. Low freezing temps are dangerous as well. Nels Bill said house behind me had busted pipes. It was bad. Yeah, it's the problem with indoor plumbing, guys. Sometimes it's so overrated. In some cases, it's almost like ridiculous. I mean, we try hard to keep people's central heating working, but everything depends nowadays on utility power. Nobody really has a backup heating system that works on independent fuel sources such as wood or coal or propane that doesn't use utility power to at least run pumps or, blowers and things like that. Hello, Tiger Kitty, I see you. Appassionato. Ciao, my queen. How you doing? Welcome to the morning show. This is the show where it's like the only live show we normally do here on YouTube anymore. We have moved most of our night shows to Kick. So if you want to be part of the Kick activities, I'm going to make sure the cat doesn't knock my internet on the floor. If you want to be part of the Kick activities, it's really easy to do. Just subscribe to Kick. Please follow us on Kick. We still need more followers. And that's where we do Silvermoon Radio. That's where we do the Silvermoon Drive-In Movie Theater. That's where we do the night shows. Says, I'm quite pleasant. Thank you for asking. Yeah, I'm glad to know you're quite pleasant. I like pleasant people. Also, don't forget to check out the Patreon page, too. I'd love to have you on both. Oh, you spelled Patreon wrong. Oh, yeah. There we go. Now I got it right. So, please come to Kick where the fun is. Grace said, with the power out, I was still able to maintain 80 degrees in the house. Nothing froze inside. But some pipes in the ground did freeze. Well, you can't help that. So I suppose you have a wood stove or independently powered propane heater so that you can keep yourself toasty. Always a good thing to have around. Unfortunately, my landlord has central hot water gas heat. So unfortunately, when the boiler goes, or when the electricity goes out, the boiler doesn't light, and the pipes don't circulate water. So that's which kind of sucks. So we have a long power outage in here, like we did many years ago during Autumn Storm Alfred, when we got snow right before Halloween. You want to talk about a real scare factor? We were without electricity for a week. A week. I gotta tell you, that was kind of very frustrating. Couldn't really take a bath unless you wanted to take a bath in icy cold water. Yeah. Hot water, heat, natural gas fire, yeah. This is where it's really nice to have a wood stove. Like, at least for the wood stove, if you have to, you can cook on it too. In the wintertime, you don't have to worry about refrigeration as much. Absolutely. Oh, yeah. With a wood stove, definitely you need oxygen from the outside to circulate air, unless you have one of those wood stoves that gets hot or cold air from the outside, which means that the exhaust and combustion gases are going straight outside instead of like a standard pot-belly stove where you have air coming in from the interior of the building, or even a fireplace. Now, unfortunately, we don't have provision for a wood stove here. There used to be coal parlor stoves in here before, when the building was first built. So you would have a coal stove or wood stove in the kitchen for the cooking, and you'd have another parlor stove in the living room for the heat. This place must have been a friggin' sauna in here at the time. Oh my god. Right, Grace, I think you know what I'm talking about then. A 465 square foot apartment with both a kitchen wood stove and a parlor stove in the living room. It must have been an awfully hot place. Probably made that to decide, do I want to make breakfast and heat the house, or do I just want to heat the house and not make breakfast? No, the firewood works too. But the most important thing is, you already know this. Make sure to clean out your chimney at least once a year. You don't want creosote buildup. Instead, you used to get a lot of coal one time when people were heating with coal. My parents' house had, for a long time, the coal-fired stove that was in the basement that would heat the whole building. Hot air furnace that used convection. You would you put the coal inside, shovel it out, and there was the ash pan in the bottom, which later was replaced by an oil burner. But they later took that out years ago, and when they put in a new hot air oil-fired furnace with hot air. So, I could just visualize how hot it must have been when it was coal-fired. Oh, my God. You know, kind of like you see in that movie there, was it Christmas Story? And the guy was the father's dad was always complaining about the coal-fired heating system in the basement. Yeah, well, that was what we had in our parents' house. And trust me, that must have been a royal pain in the ass. Absolutely. Chaos that comes from people burning wet wood. Yeah, but you still gotta clean your chimney at least once a year anyway. Nobody wants to have a chimney fire. It's just a good precaution to make sure to get all the ash and soot out of there. Cost wood if you don't have timber is expensive. Absolutely. Absolutely. But over in Europe, when the price of gas was so high, people actually were going back to wood because in Germany, people were trying to get wood and coal from anywhere they could. Keep their homes heated. Those that could burn wood or coal. The rest of the people in Europe were shit out of luck, which kind of sucks. Heating systems, unfortunately, central heating is a thing now, Everything so much depends on utility power. What happens when the utility grid goes poof? When everybody plugs in all those electric vehicles and they blow a major fuse. Stupid Joe Biden. You shut down all the electric power plants and you wonder if people are not going to power to drive the cars. Stupid Joe Biden. You need alternatives besides wind and solar. And there's nothing wrong with hydroelectric. It's green and it's quiet. And it uses flowing water that you refill every time it rains. And hydroelectric dams are actually really nice because they make lakes that you can go boating and swimming on as well. I know that the salmon probably going to tell you that they hate it, they can't swim upstream. I get that. But we have to try to find a balance for your energy consumption. Either that, or we're going to have to just basically go independent of the electric grid and consider the electric grid what it is, a dinosaur of a way of getting power to the people. Really? Well, here, timber firms do issue free firewood cutting permits. Yeah. They have been making gas by cellulosic production of making ethanol as well from corn and corn husks and plant residue. But the thing is that at the same time, like I said, when you get rid of all the fossil fuel burning plants and you don't have enough capacity to supply power as it is, you cannot expect that people are going to be able to charge their cars from the same grid that can barely maintain power when you're running in the summertime when everybody's running the air conditioners. Nowadays they're making a new type of alternative for gasoline that's being made out of carbon dioxide and hydrogen, mixing it together to make a carbohydrate that is suitable for gasoline engines, but the final product is CO2. And so they don't actually have to drill from the ground, so it's not fossil fuels. And it's being used right now in limited production and testing, and it seems to be very effective. And I think that's a good thing. But you know what? No one's going to run a Briggs & Stratton gasoline generator in the backyard just so they can charge the Tesla. Get with the program. Yeah. I mean, that's the thing is that people don't realize that I heard a chime there. Ooh. Well, I don't see any donations right now. Not just now. No. Probably, maybe somebody subscribed to the channel. Maybe, I'll have to check. That way, guys, I want to thank you all for subscribing to the channel. 1,711 of you. I want to say thank you for being on the show as a subscriber. It really helps us so much. Oh, yeah! Now, we are getting more people watching the show every day. And it helps so much with word of mouth. When you share these videos out to your friends and put a like in the like jar, it helps our videos to be more seen by more people on the internet. And it shows up on YouTube's algorithm. Oh, yeah! So let's keep up the good work, people. And I want to say thank you. Well, for a long time, you have to understand, guys, that before the first oil well was drilled in Pennsylvania, most of our heating fuel came from whale oil for lighting and wood stoves and coal. People don't realize this. But the reason why the first well was so important was it would maybe replaced whale oil for lighting. After all, we were killing sperm whales left and right. For the amount of people that wanted kerosene for their homes, or actually whale oil, not kerosene. Well, once the Drake well was drilled and the Standard Oil got involved in the oil industry, the regular burner kerosene lamp became refined as we know it today. It didn't have to have a preheater to heat the whale oil on it. But the price of whale oil was so expensive that people came up with burning things like turpentine and came up with something called burning fluid. This chemical was something that was not to be trifled with. It was dangerous. So the rail burner design was an improvement. It was a lot safer than burning fluid, and it actually gave very good light. In fact, it gave more light than even whale oil did. Whale oil didn't give that much light. But the use of kerosene was much better for lighting and less smoke. But it turns out that whale oil was still very important lubricant for very, very fine mechanical devices like pocket watches. That's one of the reasons why it's the lightest oil known to mankind for lubricant. Boy, I wonder how many watches you can lubricate with Michelle's fat. Probably a couple million. Probably. I have no idea, Stan. Maybe because the song existed before YouTube did. So maybe that's a great question, though. I don't know the answer to that. I wish I could tell you. It's kind of strange, though. I don't know where it said it's funny with all these snowstorms and hurricanes knocking out power all over the time that the government wants us to have electric cars. Because our government is stupid. I mean, first thing, anything if I was the president of the United States, okay, I would tell them this. I would say is, we cannot depend on the electric grid, but rather, because of the convenience of our technology, everybody can put a solar panel on the roof and generate solar power, especially in the summer. That'll help offset the grid. So I would strongly suggest that every homeowner put a solar panel on the roof with a hybrid system that also will charge a battery bank inside the house like a Tesla Powerwall, so that you do not have to depend on the grid for electricity at all. I mean, the grid is obsolete, it's old school, it's dated. Anytime you're transmitting power over great distances, there's power loss. Of efficiency. I mean, when you're charging when you're making like 300, 450 megawatts power, I mean, 1% loss can be pretty significant in the form of heated transformer windings and everything else. But if you generate power locally, say you got about 4,000 watts of solar panels on the roof, that feeds and charges a battery bank locally, and then when your battery bank is full, you can sell the excess power back to the utility company that you're not using, while you're usually using your power from your inverter and your own batteries for everyday use. The result is the power grid would become a secondary energy source and storage method to provide power for the peak demand times, like when somebody wants to run all their air conditioners. You guys said when in England, it's funny, we were supposed to do the same thing in the United States, in the state of New York. You know what happened? The company that was going to install the system said, well, you know what? Things got so expensive that we can't do the project right now. Thanks a lot, Joe Biden. The state of New York had no choice but to accept the company's pulling back on the contract and saying, sorry, we can't afford to do it anymore. It got to be too expensive to install wind turbines on the Atlantic Ocean. Yeah, we have some wind turbines on land here in Connecticut. And yeah, did you know that up in Wyoming, when the wind turbine blades get damaged, that they've been doing illegal dumping and dumping them in makeshift landfills, like unmarked graves of all things, and they're not even telling people about them, right? Because they can't easily recycle the turbine blades. So they're just burying them on the spot. They don't even have a landfill to recycle thing. That ain't green, people. If we're going to be green, we need to be realists. And the first thing is, number one, stop depending on the power grid to providing all the power. People need to become more independent and self-sufficient. Number two, electric vehicles are terrible choices for long-distance travel. They're great for within inner-city driving, but once you get out there on the interstates, they're absolutely a disaster because they take too much energy and it takes too much out of the grid to keep those guys topped up when you're going to go, say, 400, 500, 600 miles. And that needs to be reassessed and redone. Absolutely agree with you 100%. Solar power manufacturing is not green at all. It's energy intensive. It uses materials that are toxic. The manufacturing makes waste products that are toxic. It involves mining the ground. Oh, and by the way, what happens when old solar panels are over 10 years old? They can't even easily recycle. Someone's come up in the panel. It's Noodles. Hold on a minute, please. I gotta get over there, click on him. Okay. Good morning, Noodles.
Hey, good morning, Michelle. Yeah, so as far as electric vehicles go, this cold snap recently has caused all these electric cars to fail.
Right, because you can't charge the batteries. Once the batteries freeze, they can't charge them.
Yeah. So here's my problem, Michelle. You know, everyone talks about these goddamn wind turbines and stuff like that. Why does it have to be a wind turbine? Why can't it be a turbine underwater? Like, how come they never talk about this? I mean, we have these fucking bridges, right, that we all have to pay to drive over, right? They barely take care of them. Why don't they just fucking stick some friggin' turbines underneath these bridges, and let the water friggin' spin them?
There's absolutely nothing wrong with hydroelectric power, and I'm surprised that the Biden administration told the state of Oregon that they wanted them to destroy a hydroelectric power plant because they said it wasn't green. That's totally bullshit.
I don't get it. I don't understand this. It doesn't make any sense. What is better about fucking wind? Versus, you know,
nothing good about wind, considering it's inconsistent. Just like it can be when you can have cloudy days, you may not be able to generate solar power. But water, you know, from a falling water is consistent. It's kinetic energy. It is something.
Absolutely.
Unless the reservoir runs dry, like Lake Mead just about did, which affected the Hoover Dam. The
I've never seen that happen to the Hudson River. I mean, I've seen it overflow before, but I've never seen it. I know that there is doors definitely designed for a water mechanism inside. I think one grocery store gets power from the Hudson River using underwater turbines that uses the flow of the river to turn generators. It provides power for one of the grocery stores in the New York area as a pilot project. Hey, so what happened yesterday with you and Wiggy?
I went pretty good. We covered a few things. The closed cat. I mean, the transcript is on the women's group. You can read it there. She mainly just wanted me to affirm that it was true that she did not get me into the porn stuff. That's what she really wanted to talk about. And then the other thing is she would like me to stop giving kudos for her creation of the intros and the outros on the show. She said, I don't mind you using the intros and outros. I'm just so tired of hearing you keep saying, thank you for. Well,
it seems like she wants to distance herself really, really far from you for some reason. I don't know why. And she wants to get you to verify that she didn't do that. That's really weird. Really weird.
Yeah, for her, it was the concern about, you do realize that I didn't get you in the porn. They said, no, actually, that was Ed that did that. But the Ed way kept talking about me over and over again. I said, I'll show you, Buster. I got on Saturday and I bare it all about a year ago, 2 years ago, and I don't think people forgot that. I know I didn't.
Wait. Ed told you about Chatterbait?
Yeah.
Ed told you about that.
No. Skynet told me about Chatterbait 7 years ago.
Michelle, listen. I don't care why you did it, but who told you it was a good idea, Michelle?
Well, Skynet didn't suggest me get naked on Chatterbait at the time, but I kind of figured out that's what it was for, so. And since I did want to prove Ed wrong, they figured might as well give the platform a try, and we did.
So, Michelle, every single time I heard them or saw them talk to you about doing it.
Yeah, they kept wanting me to keep doing it over and over again, especially Skynet.
I mean, come on, Michelle. Listen, Michelle. At the end of the day, you're the one that decides what to do, right? I mean, people can tell you to jump off a bridge all day.
I'm also the one that decided to stop doing Saturday as well. Yeah, but Ed kind of encouraged it too, because the way when I kept saying is Michelle's not what she says she is. So there's only one way.
Yeah, but I never heard Ed say to you, Michelle, get on Chatterbait.
No, he never did.
Okay, so then why are you saying Ed told you to do it?
It was the only place I could think of that I could show myself totally naked and show all my juicy bits.
No, I understand it, but why would you say that Ed told you to do that?
He didn't. I just said, as I said, I will say it over again. Ed kept telling me that I was not who I said I was.
Okay, but Michelle, who told you to go on Chatterbait?
Let me
who
finish,
told you to go on Chatterbait?
Let me finish. I said, okay, you know what, you motherfucker? I said, I'm going to go on a porn site. I'm going to strip down damn naked, and I'm going to let everybody see what I am, because there already was this picture that was going around, which was not exactly in the best light. Now everybody got to see me, and everybody kind of went, you know what? Michelle was telling the truth.
Who said that? Who said that Michelle was telling the truth?
My Ed told everybody that Michelle was full of shit about the way I'm built.
Yeah, you're not answering the question. Who told you to go on Chatterbait to prove it?
Nobody. I decided to do it on my own.
So, Michelle, why are there all these screenshots, okay, going around of people saying, Michelle, go on Chatterbait, these recordings? Why do these exist?
Skynet liked what he saw and he wanted to see more of it. How about that for an answer?
Yeah, we would love to see the screenshots.
I don't think anybody really wants to see the screenshots now.
We would love to see the screenshots, Michelle. This is what I'm trying to get at, Michelle. You're not telling the truth.
I'm sure we can put it in a woman's group so you can see them if you really.
Well, hang on, Michelle, because you forget I've got loads of screenshots and I actually downloaded the Discord. What about when you're there saying I don't want to get naked? Like you're obviously really nervous about it all. And Wiggy's saying, have another drink of wine and relax. The whole conversation that I posted the other day, it just shows you what they were doing.
This sounds like Harvey Weinstein talking to whatever the hell her name was right before he got her to blow him. You know, just have another glass of wine. Let's chill out.
Yeah, relax. Yeah. Michelle's saying, Michelle in the message says, I just don't feel like I want to get naked.
This sounds like Bill Cosby.
I mean, nobody that cares about Michelle would say that's a good idea. And sit there with Botter.
And let's not forget, though, Ed was just as much of a creep as Skynet is. We already know that. Right?
I just want to know why it was so important that she had this conversation with you about you saying...
I know. She's probably... Because she wanted a recording of Michelle saying, oh, it was their idea. That's all it is.
Yeah.
No one believes that. So,
I wouldn't put it past them. Or honorable mentions on the Epstein list anyway.
Unfucking believable, man. Unbelievable.
Yeah. It's and then I haven't even watched it, but apparently she doesn't want Michelle using the intro and outro. But
and don't forget too, and Tiger King, you could attest this because you've heard say it on my show over and over again. Michelle is not what she said she is, right? Well,
Michelle.
No,
people
I don't
say
remember
stupid things all the
anyone
time.
ever saying that. No. I remember. Oh, I know. So,
well, let's put it this way.
He would
At
say
the time,
things like,
I achieved my goal. I showed people what I got.
Michelle.
And then all the trolls shut the fuck up because they realized.
Wait, what trolls shut up, Michelle? What trolls?
No, they didn't. When she was doing it, within the first 3 minutes, I was getting photographs, screenshots, everything sent to me. That's when I went over there, started crying, and told her to get dressed, and said, turn the fucking camera off. Should have heard me. I went mental. I said, get dressed and turn this shit show down. And she did. She did shut it down. But they got her to do it again and again and again. So.
But I don't think you can totally ignore the fact is that Ed himself also egged Michelle on too, just like Skynet
No, he did not egg you on in the slightest. He never said anything about. He didn't even know about.
But Ed kept saying on his show, Michelle is not hermaphrodite. Michelle is a blah blah blah. Michelle is not truly female. Michelle is blah blah
Michelle,
blah.
if you say something to you long enough, you'll
over and over and over and over again. He said to me too. She did. Ed said all that to Michelle.
Said that to you, Michelle. But what did shit sit in there with Yam Ranch, Botter, Wiglet, and Pervert Skynet, and Paul? What did and then the others?
Apparently, Skynet obviously
didn't
liked
prove
it.
anything, Michelle. No. It made you a locale. I'm sorry, but it did. They all videoed it. It's just, I just don't want that for you.
Well, I will say this much. That's why we don't do Chatterbait anymore, if anybody wants to know. So you won't see me on Chatterbait anymore.
Who's the last person to encourage you to go back on Chatterbait?
What's the last person to go back on Chatterbait? It was Skynet.
Why?
Why? If you proved what you had to prove, Ed isn't even here now, and he'd left. Why does he still want you on Chatterbait?
I haven't heard any more from him. But
no. Ed's not involved now, right? You've proved your point to Ed. Why does Skynet still want to watch you on Chatterbait naked?
Because he probably wanted to look at my privates and take pictures again. What do you think? It makes sense to me.
I mean, that's absurd enough, but the fact a woman wants to do it as well.
I didn't even make that much money, guys, on Chatterbait, really. It was just a waste of time. And I certainly doubt I would make any money on OnlyFans either. Probably not.
Because anyone that cares about you, if you were my sister, I wouldn't allow that to happen, okay? If you were anybody in my family, hell no, that would not have happened.
If I was anyone in your family, I think you would give Ed a roundhouse to the jaw.
Stop blaming Ed.
Because Ed was just as much of a worm as Skynet was.
Right. But why did Skynet want to watch you get naked night after night with Wiglet? That's all I'm asking. You've proved your point to Ed. You said it was they saying they wanted to prove it to Ed. That's all over now. You've proved that point. Why do it again? And again and again.
I also noticed that's when the trolls started leaving Michelle alone, too.
You know why? Because even trolls have morals, Michelle. Even fucking trolls have morals, mate.
Yeah, and I bet when I saw Michelle's bits, they probably realized that it wasn't worth continuing egging it on anymore.
Yeah, they didn't like it, Michelle. Even Yam Ranch said it was disgusting. He didn't like it. So, not that you're disgusting, the whole thing.
But you know what, though? The one troll that kept still egging on Michelle is the one that used to sleep on her couch and used to stink up the place.
Who, Ed?
Yes. He's not there, Michelle. Stop blaming Ed, okay? Ed.
Oh, no, I will rightfully blame the man that really, really was saying all kinds of nasty stuff on his live stream.
I agree, Michelle.
Go back and watch his live shows. Go watch his live shows. Take your kitty.
I know.
Go back and watch his live shows.
I'm not saying he didn't, Michelle. I'm agreeing with you. I'm totally agreeing with you. My point is, anybody that cares about you or is a real friend to you would not encourage you night after night to go get naked with trolls sitting in the side chat on some porn site. That's all it is.
The point is that Ed was so demeaning and depraved, just as bad as Skynet was.
Well, okay. Yeah, I don't think he's perfect. Not at all. None of us are. But there's a difference, Michelle. We have a moral line. You can see it. Noodles has one. He goes over his a little bit.
I have morals. You have morals. Noodles has morals. But Ed, when he was drinking, absolutely had none at all.
Oh, yeah. That's just the point I'm making, Michelle. Be careful who you surround yourself with.
It's just like I want to list the people that encouraged her to do this.
Oh, I can go back. I mean, you just have to watch the videos, go back. It was day after day after day. And some people that are still here, but just don't talk
even
about
Krista confirms what I'm saying. He's saying Ed was saying some rotten stuff about Michelle, really writing stuff.
Yeah.
He was supposed to be her friend.
It was disgusting. Do you know why he was saying that, though? Because they were winding him up. They would wind Ed up.
They wound him up, and then but he was saying stuff and attacking me too. So he was trolling just as bad as some of the trolls were.
Well, you've seen how they used to wind people up. They wound Homeless Mike up that he nearly hit you.
Yeah.
Which I didn't even know about until someone told me. You know, that's how far they can wind people up.
No more, so they were my friends.
Well, to the point that they'll hit you. I mean, they don't care. They really don't.
No.
Anyway, let's change the subject, Michelle. Just like new.
I'm just glad that we got away from that piece of garbage. I'm talking about Ed. And I'm glad that we nipped that in the bud so that Skynet and Paul kind of decided it was better to go to greener pastures where there was more fruit to pick, and not me.
Well, I'll be back in a minute.
So, if people were here doing that and they had like no idea what this show was about or what Michelle wanted, I can understand, but these people have been around forever. Like there's no doubt in my mind that they knew. You know what I mean? Like, come on.
The new audience, the new people that just came here have no idea what this is all about. So unfortunately, unless we're going to give them a full rehash of the whole story from beginning to end, they have no idea. I am a hermaphrodite.
I just think you're a vulnerable person.
I'm a hermaphrodite intersex. I was born that way. Okay. So,
and I don't agree with what they did. It's going too far. That's not trolling, it's abuse.
No, I know it's abuse. I get it. But, I mean, so I have seen some of those friends use people like Michelle for their personal joys. Yes, that's exactly what Ed did. That's what Skynet did.
And Wiggy, she was with him watching it. A woman. Or, I use that lightly.
Yeah.
But she looked rough. That screenshot I got sent, she looked rough as fuck in that.
I thought she was young.
Yes, she looked like really
she is young.
In that.
Yeah, I thought she was young.
Yes, Wiggy is young.
Is she?
She's young and she's...
I'm young.
She's a friggin' stick. She's skinny. She's like...
Why do you think I call her Twiglet?
Well, I can understand why, but Twiglets don't have teeth. She looks a little bit more like a piranha.
Stop trolling.
Because the problem with Ed is he couldn't resist to keep dragging it out on his live show every friggin' live stream he did.
Because they would wind him up, Michelle. It was all a game. You just didn't see it. You know when they're telling him he's talking to Jennifer
saw some
Aniston,
of it. I helped moderate his channel. I saw some of it.
I mean, come on. He thought he was talking to the Hulk at one time. That was them lot. It was just all a troll. And that was like, I admit, a little bit funny. Because it wasn't hurting anybody.
Well, I am 55 years old.
Let me.
I wish I was 31 again, Chris. If you're talking about Wiggy is about 20 in her mid-20s. Okay, I definitely don't look like I'm in my mid-20s. I kind of wish, but I don't.
She's not in her mid-20s. She is not in her mid-20s. There's no way.
She looked rough. She might have had a rough day. I don't know. Or maybe she didn't wash or something. I don't know. She looked like a hag. That is for sure.
Well, Michelle, let me ask you a question. When you did this Chatterbait stuff, what exactly were you doing? Like, walk us through exactly what people were like. Oh yeah, do it, do it.
Well,
What did they have you do?
I would be massaging my bits. How about that for an answer?
With what? With what?
With my fingers.
With her purple dinosaur.
And the purple dinosaur, which I still have, by the way. Yeah, we still use it, right?
And there's nothing wrong with having that, Michelle. And you can use that in the privacy of your own home.
Absolutely.
So how many people were watching this when you did it?
Here's the thing. Here's the thing. This is where reason I'm gonna be honest. I understand a little bit of the transgender community. Okay. There's a stigma associated with this. Okay. I was born a hermaphrodite intersex. I didn't have a choice in the matter. No, you did when you came before you came here in your life chart. Yeah. But I mean after I came here. Right. Michelle's not modified. She's 100% pure kosher. No additives, colors, preservatives, or flavors. Yep. Just as God made me. And the thing is, what makes this important to me is the fact is that there's a lot of stigma attached to people that are...
Okay, so Michelle, regardless of whatever you are, somebody would say to you, hey, Michelle, why don't you spark up the Chatterbait thing? Let's get on Chatterbait tonight. And how many people were watching you masturbate on Chatterbait?
Not too many. About 5, 10 people, maybe, tops. I got a feeling there's probably a lot of more, like, just viewers that are just running multiple screens. Probably were. I have been through that mojo. I had friends that took advantage of my disabilities for their joy. Yeah, it sucks, doesn't it? Oh yeah, big time.
It does, but that's not gonna happen anymore, Michelle, because you've got a fantastic...
Noodles, do you really need that information on what she was using to stimulate herself? You're pushing the line.
Yeah, because I want people to fully understand what was going on over here.
Hey, hang on a minute. Look at this.
I don't want her to say, did Michelle enjoy the Chatterbait? I did it more than once, absolutely. I kind of liked it, but I kind of didn't, because I really felt it was really depravity.
So I didn't even know about that, and that's just made me feel sick again.
I don't want to make anybody sick again. I'm just saying
and listen, I love you, and I think you're beautiful, and you're wonderful, and there's nothing wrong with your body at all.
First of all, I don't even know why we're even bringing up what happened back in that time here on the show.
So I find it very strange that someone wanted you to publicly say this on a recorded, obviously a recorded call, right? And these were people that were encouraging you to do it, but they want you to state certain things about...
Yeah, so it gets about the shit. So it was all Michelle's idea.
Well, like I said, this is a part of my past I really kind of would like to move on from. This is the past I'd like to move on from.
Okay, all right. But people,
Michelle,
new people need to know.
Let's be honest. This happened before with Rachella, Irish Marie.
No,
and now it happened.
This didn't happen with Rachella. Rachella was different. Situation, completely different situation. I'll just tell you that. But again, that's past tense too. Let's move on, people.
There's things, Michelle. Okay, and we will move on. But this has happened twice now that I know of. Noodles said another one. Let's not please.
So let's just bury the subject and not come back to it.
Okay, Michelle. What are you doing tonight? Plans?
What am I doing tonight? I gotta do a video. We're gonna talk a little bit more about Mother God. Tonight we're going to take some time to focus on Mother God. I did some real research into Mother God's history, which is very interesting, mind you. Originally, Mother God, which is a Canaanite goddess, her native language was Asherah. Asherah used to work with Yahweh, whose name was El. E-L. L. Okay, they got kind of separated, and they kind of got into when the Jews created their monotheistic God Yahweh. They kind of merged all of El and Asherah together, and then threw Asherah into the wood pile of antiquity. There used to be, along with Father Yahweh in the Temple of Solomon, there also was a statue for Mother God. Sometimes
Michelle, I'm really stoned. I have no idea what you're talking about.
Don't worry.
I don't know you noodles.
I will explain it all on the live stream.
All right,
I will explain it on the video. I'll see if I can find some pictures of what some of the early illustrations, what Cheryl was depicted as.
Oh, nice.
I'm trying to find objects that are not going to potentially get YouTube all upset.
You see Michelle's cartoons that she did?
The comic strips.
The cartoon strips that she did?
Comic strips.
Yeah, she sent them all to me. I thought they were awesome. I
think they're awesome.
I know. I told her she should do something with them. I'm actually going to get a program, Tiger. I just have to somewhat get them on the computer. You can add color to them. You can add a lot of things. I put them all together, and maybe Michelle, would you want to put out a zine?
How do you think I shaded them in the end? I used to scan the images into the computer, and that's where I would do the coloring using graphics converter.
Yeah, but now they have better stuff, Michelle, because I'm going to start using it for my art. But are you interested in doing
I don't know everything. The point is when I created those, I only had what I had for technology, and I used what I had.
Yeah, but he's asking whether you would be interested in maybe doing something with them.
Right now, I'm thinking, I don't know. Because right now, I don't know what I would do with them. Because they're kind of political cartoons in a way.
I know, no.
And right now, what I'm thinking is we need to create and do intro-outro screens. Because Wiggy doesn't really want us to give her credit anymore on the screen, so she's done. And we need to create new ones. And
Did she actually say
something got a talking to or something?
Yes, I went into an interview with her last night. The transcript is in our woman's group.
And she said, I don't want you using the intro. Get someone else to do them.
She also would like me to have someone help me create new ones. And I did talk to Jennifer J, and she said she could help me out with that too.
Oh, well, that would be nice.
Remember, guys, I am not an animation artist. I don't know nothing about animation.
Wait. Who told you to release this transcript and not a video?
I released it both. This on the video.
No, that was Michelle.
Who told you to do that, Michelle?
What's that?
Who told you to do that?
I asked her if she wanted me to make the transcript and video available, and she said yes. And so I sent her the same videos and transcripts that we all have.
We wanted a copy.
So Wiggy's got the same copy of it as we do.
Michelle, we want the video, Michelle.
We got it.
We got it. It's in the woman's group. It's not public.
But I haven't watched it yet. I've just seen a screenshot.
Well, you probably read the transcript, right?
No, I haven't. Sorry.
Well, then you need to look at it.
I just
boring hell.
Said. I mean, I didn't read the transcript, and I'll watch it today at some point.
Sorry about that, Chris.
I think someone got a talking to. I'm telling you.
What do you mean with Chris? I really do. I don't know what that means.
What? Because of the porn stuff.
Someone must have said something to them. I'm telling you. Why would she want that?
Just to put the blame on Michelle. She's probably feeling very guilty. Well, apparently she's dating Skynet. I've been told by 2 people now. And he's going to church now.
Yeah.
You see the messages he sent me? Every time you get mad, that's another minute of your life gone. because your kidneys are fucked. All this stuff. Now he's found God.
So,
I wonder if he had. He might have had to say.
So when
say all
Krista
his
says
sins.
you lost me,
That's what people do when they're going through like some kind of like Alcoholics Anonymous or something like that. When they're getting off drugs, they have to make peace with everything. Yeah.
you went off on a tangent 5 minutes ago. Yeah, because I was want to bring up this topic I don't even like really talking about. So when Krista says you lost me, I hope she doesn't mean I lost her friendship, because I'd be very sad if I did that.
She meant she couldn't understand. You know, when you were talking about the stream tonight.
Mods and chairs, good morning, everyone. Good morning to you too, Anne-Marie. How you doing?
Anne-Marie.
So, Noodles, go to the women's group and you'll see the video links and the transcript links. You can watch it yourself. In fact, because you're part of the group,
why don't you just post it on your channel?
I'm not going to post it on my channel because I only think she wants to give me to give it to select people. I will send it to you as a DM, though. The same links that I sent back to her and to the group.
Right?
I'll send you as a DM. If you want to post it on your videos and your content in the morning shows, you do. That's fine.
But if you're distancing yourself,
why don't we play it right now, Michelle? Let's play it right now on your channel.
I'm not going to play it right now on my channel. I don't want to play it on my channel because then she'll try to strike me. No, absolutely not.
Yeah,
no. I will give you the links, the videos, and the transcripts, and you can do whatever you want on your show because this is the kind of content you normally do. I don't do this kind of content.
All right, then I'm gonna take it. I'm gonna rip it.
I don't care what you do with it, as far as
I'll put it on my channel.
No. As far as I'm concerned, you can roll it up into a tight wad. You can shove it up your ass. As far as I'm concerned, I'm not going to play it on my channel. But like I said, if you... Right, I know. It's just the way you said that, though, Chris. It was like you said you lost me. It was almost like you were... I thought you were upset because of what was being said here. That's why I said that.
No, Chris is fine, Michelle. Chris is happy. She's got a new washer and dryer.
Said you did nothing to me to lose my friendship. You're a great friend. And I wouldn't trade you for anything in the world. Well, thank you very much. I appreciate your kindness. But this is
Michelle, Stan wants us to go to Lancaster, Pennsylvania. Are you willing to go out there?
Go where? Lancaster?
Yeah.
In the spring when it's warm? Or warmer?
No, it's going to be, I think, the 29th of January. They're having the machine gun shootout in Lancaster. And we want to get video of you shooting the machine gun.
I'm not into that stuff. You know that.
I knew she'd say no. She doesn't like weapons unless it's a sword.
You might like it, Michelle. I don't know. At least try it once. If you don't like it, we can leave. Go do something in Lancaster.
Yeah.
You can get those headphone things you put on so it's not so loud.
Oh, you have to.
I'm sorry, but I don't like firearms that much. You already know that. I've told you that over and over time again. I don't like firearms. That's just my viewpoint on them. I don't like them. They just creep me out. Maybe it was because you were shot to death by a Winchester rifle back in 1846. Well, that didn't help either. Dad.
I've just had a thought. Do you know what's different about the relationship you have with Noodles and the relationship you used to have with Paul and Skynet? Is you'll tell him no, and you'll tell him to shove things up his ass, and you'll tell him, you should know me by now. You never would say anything like that to them because you were kind of scared.
Chris Noodles wants me to keep rehashing this on my stream over and over again, and I don't normally like to do this kind of content.
No, but I think it's a good thing, Michelle.
He likes to sensationalize everything.
What you think.
I'm saying it's just...
You're your own person. I think it's wonderful.
Tiger, you know why I'm bringing it up?
I understand my audience, like
because sneaky things happen, and these people fucking. I mean, I'm telling you right now, Michelle. I see people fucking talking behind your back all the time. You know, I really do. You want to go talk to someone who knows what they did to you. Go talk to Sammy Prepper. She'll tell you, Michelle. She knows what they fucking did to you.
I know they did.
You know, it's like Michelle.
Who doesn't know what they did to me? Everybody knows what they did to
At
me.
least get these fucking people to apologize to you.
Yeah, say sorry. Jesus.
Well, that's why I wonder why Wiggy wanted me to try to say the word that Skynet was. Actually, she didn't say anything about. Would you say that Skynet is not guilty? No, she never asked me that question. She was specifically asking about herself. But the thing is I found that kind of odd. But
let's get these people just to apologize and come back and let's have a great show.
Yeah.
What's the problem?
And be nice to Michelle. That's all. I mean, is that too much to ask?
Michelle, I apologize to you. I apologize to you over and over again, Michelle.
And I'm sorry, Michelle, for anything I've ever done to you or said to you.
Like, I just don't understand why these people.
I think she was a little afraid of Skynet. Yeah, I think she was. I think that there's a reason why Wiki was asking me to try to talk to her about it, because I think she really was intimidated by Skynet and Paul. I think both of them scared her a bit.
I don't think so, Michelle. I don't think
At least not. I don't know if it was too seriously or not. And I'll tell you what. The fact of the matter is she always said to me, like she was always like the scared church mouse. I'm sorry. It's just when you see a picture what she looks like, when you see the interview, Noodles, you're gonna believe it. Believe me, she looks like a little scared church mouse. I'm not gonna keep around with that. I'll send you the links.
It's called a wolf in sheep's clothing, Michelle. That's all that's called.
Okay.
I mean, you've heard my mouth go on before, and I'm only 5'2".
Wow.
Is you on
with amazing breasts, Michelle. 5'2" with amazing breath.
What did you have for dinner last night, Michelle?
Wait, what? Wiggy has videos of you on her that she posted 5 days ago. Videos of her that posted 5 days ago? What did I say? The Wiggy 5 days ago that were bad videos. The fact is, I gave her respect for the fact that she created the intros and the outros on her channel. There's nothing wrong with that.
Thank you, Michelle. Thank you, Wiggy, for the intros and the outros.
Right. I don't think she's scared about me. I think that's the part I don't get. Guys, I'm Stoner. You have access to the same videos as everybody else does in the woman's group. They're all up there. I will personally send the 3 links to Noodles of my local transcript, which is my video from Google Meets, the official Google Meets recording, and the audio transcript, so that he can watch. And I know he likes to do recording, show sound bites from Bergs and all that. He can show this as a sound bite.
And I will be sending you some stuff as well.
Okay.
To counteract whatever she sends you.
So, Noodles 1980s on Kick or on YouTube, and he's on Kick. And he's on Discord. If you want to send him anything you want, any kind of dirt or any smut, anything you want, send it to Noodles1980 on Discord. He loves covering this stuff. He loves being what they call a muckraker. Since he likes to be a muckraker, he can dig all the muck he wants.
No, I'm not. Michelle, that's not true. That's not true. I just want, Michelle, I want these people to come back and fucking make this show great again, Michelle.
Yeah.
Do
it nice.
Noodles, we are making the show great again, but this is not the kind of content we're doing anymore. We're not focusing on this kind of stuff anymore because it doesn't accentuate the positive, which is something I really do believe this channel needs to do. All the years of tabloid crap is coming to an end. People are getting sick of it.
I think you need to organise the show a little bit better.
Yeah, Michelle, you got to bring back a night show, man. You got to bring back a night show.
We are having one on Friday night on Kick, guys, in case you didn't know that.
Yeah, but are you doing music on Kick? Like, I don't want to sit through the music.
They're going to have a regular late night show on Kick. That's all I'm going to tell you. But as long as
She does
Ian
a
Ranch
panel.
and his
She
buddies are still there trying to screw
She
me
did
over,
open panel
we
last
can't even have the
Friday,
public
but that's
panels
when
there because it's high stress. We tried to have EJT open on Kick, and immediately Paul and his friends get on there and started an N-word. Not that Kick gave a damn about it anyway, but the point of the matter is I don't like it. It's totally a waste of my time to have to sit there and listen to somebody act like a goddamn child.
it's annoying now. It's not funny.
It's annoying and it gets old. And it doesn't help the content. It's totally counterproductive. I don't care which network you're on. Saying the same old tripe garbage is not going to help your show any. We don't want to go, and we do not want to go back to the way things were in 2019. Oh, yeah! So the answer is we're not going to repeat 2019. Oh, yeah. We're not going to repeat 2017, 2018, 2015, or 2016. As far as I'm concerned, you can go shove it up your fucking ass.
Come on, calm down.
What has gotten you all fucking wild? You're all wild.
We're all trying to do is aim for a whole different environment. Of course, this microphone's got a loose connection on it. Yeah, this is the microphone's the cord. It's this microphone wire here. Somewhere. Except I can't find it. It's inconsistent. Wait. So the point is we're not going to go back to those early shit shows, Noodles, okay? It's not happening. Nobody wants it.
I don't.
I don't want it. And my audience don't want it either. I unsevered
Alright, so no more chatterbait.
Drama and not positive anymore.
That's all I care about.
Smithler, I absolutely agree with you. I don't want to have to sit through and watch that kind of muckraking, busybody material that doesn't help me feel better. It makes me feel more inadequate. It makes me feel as a content creator have to sit through that like I need to get back into psychotherapy.
Well, things are going good, Michelle, so, you know.
That's right, Noodles. Things are going good. Please respect
Holy shit,
that.
okay, relax. Hey, did you win anything on JMax last night, Michelle?
What's that?
Did you win anything on JMax on
No,
WeWoo?
I didn't.
No. She's getting donated 2 cards by somebody that did, though.
Yeah, somebody said donate 2 cards, and they need an email address, so I sent that to them. Nats was one of the people that said there was 2 cards to give out. I said, I'll tell you what, why don't you come over here, send me an email with the 2 cards on it. I will send you the link to the Discord. She thought she was booted because she did something bad, and I said, no, we didn't boot you because you did something bad. A lot of people we didn't recognize got booted.
Yeah, Michelle, Nads and getting silly. You know, they're here to help grow, Michelle. They're not here to hurt it.
Yeah.
I know that. But apparently the person that we suggested we off them, I guess didn't know anything about them at all. So now we have to put them back in the show.
Very, very nice of Nads to give you the cards. Thank you so much for that.
Yes, I do thank you for that.
Right.
I said I had to send my email address so I could get the cards so I can copy the codes into my Starbucks app.
Okay. We had 3 hot chocolates when she went last time.
Yeah, you know, Michelle, Every time you go out with Krista, go get yourself a Starbucks. You know, thank Nads, thank JMac, thank Emmy. You know, that's all you got to do.
Oh,
People like seeing
that's
it.
no problem. We'll do that. But
Yeah.
this week, if we go anywhere on Friday, we gotta have to go to the laundromat, and there is no Starbucks in Winston, so we'll have to go.
Well, maybe you girls can go take a trip out to Torrington for Starbucks.
Yeah, well, we could, but like I said, is that if we do go out to the laundromat on Friday, it's going to be in Winston, not Torrington, and Starbucks doesn't have a store in Winston yet.
Yeah.
Maybe if you get rid of one of the Dunkin' Donuts, they might. If you got 2 Dunkin' Donuts in Winston, I don't think they need another coffee shop. Probably not.
Shall you see that?
We'll see what?
What's
This thing in my hand?
Looks like a horseshoe.
No, it's a ring, yeah. Or is it?
Yes.
It's.
You want to see me crush it, Michelle? Watch, ready?
Well, what is it made out of? Copper?
Yeah, look at it. It's a thick copper pipe, Michelle. Look at that. Ready?
Yeah, go ahead. I know you're stronger than me.
No, he's not.
No, it's not. It's not solid copper. It is. It looks like thin wall, soft annealed copper. What happened with Slingshot Warrior and Seasons? I have no idea, guys. I don't keep up with all this stuff.
Well, Michelle, this is what your fans are involved in. You know what I'm saying? Like, your fans go to my show, they go to Slingshots, they go to Bianca's, they go to JMax. You know, you're part of a community.
I know
Maybe
that. I'm part of multiple communities. Also, me and PDX are doing another interview in February. We don't know exactly which day yet, but we are going to be having another interview on her channel, probably on another Saturday again. And so we'll see how that goes.
Krista can't make Friday, I don't think.
Christy can't make Friday. I don't think that's okay. But like I said, I can always wash laundry in my setup here. If it fits, it drips at no charge. You know.
I think she said you could do something a little low.
Clothesline, which is in my shower rod.
So bring me up on full screen. I'm going to crush this 3/4 inch solid copper bar with my bare hands.
All right, bring him up on full screen.
That's thin wall copper noodles. I already know that. I can see that.
Yeah, but no one's going to believe that my hand strength, Michelle. I'm going to bend it just with.
I like to see you try to bend 1/2 inch round stock with your bare hands.
That's what I'm doing right now. This is 3/4 inch. Solid copper, Michelle. Solid copper.
It's not solid copper. I see it's pipe. I could tell. I could see the hole in the ends.
Michelle.
When I was in middle shopping school, I did manage to bend. Although with a hell of a struggle. 1/2 inch round stock with my 2 hands. Not one hand.
Wow.
It was a hell of a struggle.
You're a humongous person. You're humongous. Michelle, ask everyone, do they want to see it, Michelle? Do they want to see me crush?
Does everybody want to see Noodles crush a pipe?
I don't think anyone can see it. I gotta get the screen on my screen.
Solid copper.
Solid pipe.
Oh, let's get that up on the screen for everybody. You gotta switch it so they can see them? All I see is a black screen, Michelle. I know, I gotta change the settings. I had it set that way originally for my local copy of the video for the wiki. So not that screen.
No, Michelle, not that.
I got it. Hey, what's that screen, Michelle? You got the wrong one. I know. Okay.
Lumi.
And after I'm done crushing it, Michelle, I want applauses and oh yeah. See, look, they all want to see it.
Yeah.
Grizz, you don't have hands this strong, Grizz. You don't have hands this strong, Grizz.
Hold on a minute. Now I got it. Okay. So the point is I'm trying to get this on screen so they can see what you're talking about, because someone has no idea what you're talking about. Here it is.
Michelle, Grizz doesn't have hands these strong. Okay, Michelle, put me on full screen.
I am.
About to crush it.
Give me a second.
Look at that. Ready?
Hold on a minute. All right, hold on a minute. Well, it's bigger anyway. Let's see if I can make it bigger, more bigger for you.
Oh yeah, here we go.
Now, that one you want bigger. What do you do? I got it. Now you can see it.
Hey, Michelle, I want a countdown too. You got to give me a countdown.
3, 2, 1, go.
Wait, can they even see me?
They can see you. I see you.
Okay, ready?
You're in the corner there.
Ready? Okay. Do the countdown, Michelle. Do the countdown.
3, 2, 1, go.
Fully bent, Michelle. Fully bent. Yep. Fully bent. Look at that.
Now squash it flat.
Solid copper, Michelle.
It's not solid copper, guys. It is copper pipe that is probably soft annealed. 3/4 inch. I know. After all, I had to run plenty of gas pipe in Ed's motorhome. That was 3/8 copper tubing. It was.
Michelle, you're supposed to do the oh yeah and the applauses.
Oh.
Thank you.
Imagine on those King Chris.
Next time.
By the way, that was so anticlimactic. Yeah, I know. Then his neck crushed. Yeah. Oh, it was copper pipe, guys. I could see that.
No, it's solid copper.
3/7 soft annealed tubing.
Oh. Oh.
I see right now that T-Mobile's internet is starting to get busy right now.
Late.
Yeah. Well, it is a shared network with every other cell phone in the area, so. 17 viewers on here right now. So, anyway, the point is, guys, we had an interesting show, and we got a chance to have a good show for the most part. But as far as noodles, I'll send you the same information, the same files that I send back to Wiggy, so she has it and it's posted in the group. And I'll post the links to you all in one message so you can go through them one by one. Just like you do with the birds.
It's all right, Michelle. You don't have to do that.
Go ahead and take out your favorite chunky bets, and you're going to want to go ahead and promote it on your channel. If that's what makes you happy, go for it.
You don't have to do that, Michelle. It's okay.
Yeah.
Hey, Michelle, what are you doing this weekend besides going out with Krista?
I don't know if we're actually going out because we don't know if, what she's got plans for Friday. But on Friday night, 8 o'clock, we're going to have a show on Kick at, 7 o'clock on Kick. Then probably Saturday night, it's 7 o'clock, I'll probably be on Blazing Leo's channel again. Then on Sunday night at 7 o'clock, we got Silvermoon Radio from 7 to 10. Then we have the after show, which will be YouTube on Kick and YouTube at 10 o'clock. So.
Nice.
And then we're going to have a series of videos recorded and uploaded today, tomorrow, and probably the next day.
Wow, very busy.
Wow,
It
doesn't stop, Michelle. You're constantly working. You got a lot of things planned. I gotta go, Michelle. I'm gonna go on Amazon and buy some junk.
Just keep it on in your DM on Discord because you'll see 3 links to 3 sources of data for you to look at.
I'll talk to you later, Michelle. Bye, Tiger Kitty.
Yeah.
Bye.
I'm also going, Michelle. So thank you very much. Have a great day, everybody. Goodbye.
I'll just say one thing, guys. We do have now. It's Wiggy never said, "Oh, make sure to post the interview out to every single person in the world so they can all see it." No, she never said that. She said that recording it is fine. You can share it with the people you know and you trust. That's fine too. And she didn't say make it into a public live stream. She didn't want it to be a public live stream. So, and that's the reason why. And also, I don't really want to go back in the past. I don't want to go back to those dark days. No one wants to go back to that. I don't even know why anybody wants to talk about it. Just like all the screw up that Joe Biden did that's still biting him in his campaign right now. Michelle, you give my basement tenant will so I can now. I don't think it's going to matter if it's 7 o'clock, 7:15, 8 o'clock, or midnight, except the fact that I always start the shows at 7 o'clock because that's the beginning of prime time on the East Coast here. One of the most important things I try to do is, like I said, I want to accentuate the positive. Because I still feel strongly, like I said before, is there's enough of that BS on YouTube. And I don't think anyone really wants to see that continue over here, too. Oh, yeah! So let's keep it out of here. Now, one thing when you're using a shared cell phone network connection with everybody else, your network connection is not always going to be consistent. But you know what? That's fine. We are getting mostly 99% green squares, so that's good. So, in fact, that's the reason why me and another one of my channel got into a row today, was because he said, you're streaming at 720p on ADSL 2 plus bonded service that really can barely handle 1080p. I said, well, you know what? I said, if it was 90% red square, I would say you're right. But it's not 90% red square. And because it's not 90% red square, it indicates to me that it's only 1% red square and 99% quality, or maybe 98%. Let's give it a little more conservative. Maybe 97%, which means it's more on than off. That does not indicate a data problem. That indicates more of a man-in-the-middle attack. And I already know one thing is that I want to make people understand is we have new energies coming in. Now, is when commentator pointed out on another channel called WF ? He said that there is another trend analysis going on that by 2030, the negative entities want to destroy the planet. They didn't succeed in 2012. Well, the story that was being told, he said, seems to have a lot more loose ends. He said it clearly with the Agenda 2030, the so-called upper classes want to basically manipulate the poor into becoming their slaves, their troglodytes. And the thing is that the good entities, such as the star seeds like myself, which is also an octarine, we want to focus on building a better world. Now, what's the difference between an octarine and a crystal? Nothing. In fact, an octarine is a crystal adult or crystal child. I originally was an indigo, but I was over the years, I slowly, through my energies, rised until it became an octarine or crystal adult. And that was a big deal. We saw things here on my own channel change for the better. One way we're focusing just on videos. And I want to get back to covering the things that are hopeful and positive energy. If you can go back to 2012, 2013, 2014 videos, please do check them out. They were really good back then. We didn't have live streams back in 2011 to 2014 until we started near the end of 2014 when we started to delve in live streams. And we'd love to see you guys check out the old content. They have playlists. You can go back to 2011, 12. The only one that's missing a playlist is 2013. But you know what? You can always find it anyway. Just look for the videos that say vlog or bcast 2013 because you said the year first and the month and the day, or look for the year 2013. You can find some good videos out there, guys. Please take a look at them. There's a lot more to my channel than the last year content alone. Oh my God, there certainly is. It goes all the way back to 2011. Absolutely. I want to continue to see this channel grow and be an opportunity for people to have a place of positive energy to go. So having that stuff brought up, the noodles brought up, is very, very disjointed energy, and it's very jarring. And I don't want to go through that again. So for now, I'm going to go partake of some breakfast. And you guys, I'll see you most likely tomorrow. I don't know if it's going to be a morning show or a 3 o'clock show. But you know I definitely will be on Kick tomorrow night at 7 o'clock. So you can find me there too tomorrow night on Kick at 7 o'clock. If you have not joined Kick, please do. I'd love to have you on Kick. Please follow us in Kick. We are so close. We have currently 61 followers on Kick. It doesn't cost any money to become a follower, guys. A follower, really, in this case, is really a subscription. I just click on it. It gives me an additional follower. We need another 24 people so I can get affiliate on Kick. And unlike YouTube, Kick doesn't have advertising, so I'd have to get my own advertising. But please come to Kick where the fun is. And also, please do consider joining Patreon, too. Because one of the things I learned with YouTube is never do a night show on YouTube. All live streams and Kick are on Patreon. Unless the real train wreck. In that case, I don't bother. Because the problem with YouTube is there's too many nut jobs out on YouTube prowling along at night. And I refuse to be part of their games. You know what I'm talking about. And you know I'm not kidding you. It's free. Yes, you can have a couple accounts. It seems that Kick doesn't give a damn. If you want to do that, absolutely. You can certainly, it doesn't cost you nothing. And I would still love to see more people join. Guys, we're 61 people. We need 85. If I can get the other 39, like the goal of 100, that'd be even better, so we'd have some extra leeway for churn. Unlike Trovo, which is another Kick-like program, they don't really push the casino gambling. Trovo is even much more is certainly pushing gambling. While there might be some gambling channels in Kick, I haven't really seen them. And you know what? There's also an option you can actually filter that stuff out, so you never have to see them at all. Kick people will never know how awesome phones were before the N-word thing. Yeah, well, you know what? I mean, that's not necessarily true, because I'm sorry to say it, but Dabs, the phone calls were not that awesome. Because it was the same old thing over and over again. With my hearing as it is, phone calls became harder to do because of my health. And I that's the other reason we gave up on them. My hearing is not as good as it used to be, and I'm trying to keep doing the best I can with what I got. But the funny voices and the craziness meant that neither my ears nor the closed caption decoders I'm using for speech to text could decipher a lot of what was being said. That's the other reason I packed it in with the phone calls. Because my hearing wasn't, able to do it anymore. But now I got the tinnitus under control. Now, if we could just get some sensitivity back. Well, if you like gambling, that's fine, Dabs. There's no reason why you can't gamble. With Stake.com, it seems, has decided to keep Kick separate from the gambling side of things. So, you can always go to Stake.com if you want to gamble with virtual coin. There's nothing wrong with that. Yeah, I know, Dabs. You're right, it doesn't. I tried it with my landlord when my landlord was stressed out. It turned his entire messages into sausage and eggs, and I couldn't understand a word he was saying, and neither could the closed captions. Well, technology does make things better for us with disabilities, but it's got a long ways to go. So right now, guys, I want to say thank you very much for being on the show. Please do make sure to let your friends know. And no, we're not going to go back to the way things were in the old shows. Those train wrecks.
Oh, yeah!
I have no plans to go back to that.
Oh, yeah!
And I never want to hear about it ever again. You want to see what my closed captions look like when I'm actually talking. With my speech. Sometimes it doesn't get my New England accent very well at all. Connecticut's people have an accent. It's just not as heavy as the ones from Boston, but we do have an accent. And so sometimes the closed caption has trouble with saying certain words. So I have to try to be very careful to make sure that things are being transcribed properly. Yeah, well, my family is in the woodworking industry. You figure out what the kind of tools that we deal with. There's not much you can do about that. I lost low frequency response. So Tiger Kitty's easier to understand for me than Noodles is. Noodles is deeper. So I have a hard time with guy voices. And so I have low frequency hearing loss, not high frequency loss. That high frequency is usually the ones that go first. In my case, it's the opposite. I lost almost some low frequency hearing. That's the reason why I have a hard time hearing men. And Like I was saying to the mother guy last night, I said, can we fix this somehow? She said, yes, we can. I said, I'd love to see you do it. She said, make sure you get a good night's sleep every night. At least 8 hours so I can actually work on the ears. Yeah, I remember that too. Don't forget, guys, some of those shows are still available on the playlist for 2016. Don't forget to look at the playlist. They're broken down by years. You can go back to the 2016 playlist. Because that's in the 2016 playlist. Until a couple of years ago, we didn't even have the vlogs themselves in the playlist. I think we did that up until about 2016. So if you want to look for the vlogs when we were at the soup kitchen, they're not in a playlist. You just have to go set your search all the way back to the very beginning of the dates and look your way up. And you can see the earliest videos, vlogs that we used to do. And I would recommend if you get a chance to take a look at that. So for now, everybody, I'm going to say thank you for being here, and I will talk to you guys tomorrow, either at 11 a.m. or 10 a.m. or 3 p.m. I won't know until I confirm with Krista if we're going to go do laundry tomorrow and get that up on the line. So I'll let you know one way or another. If you see a 10 a.m. show, we know we're live. If you see a text message on Discord in the community tab saying it's at 3 o'clock, then you know I'm probably doing laundry with Crystal, or at least we're doing something tomorrow. But don't forget, 26th of January, I have a doctor's appointment. That's next Friday. So please be aware, next Friday there will be a 3 o'clock show. Okay? I'll let you know closer to that time to remind you guys. So now, I'll see you all soon. Please don't forget to share these videos with your friends. I really just help the channel. And definitely keep the likes in the like jar. It really helps the channel even more so. And so for now, I want to say thank you for watching. And I'll see you all tomorrow. Okay? Bye-bye. Bye-bye, guys.